Having the Clout stone is very powerful by itself, but pairing them up with the other four makes you a very, very, very dangerous man.
I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger.
Welcome back, YouTube. This is KJTheBlackAce. In today's video topic, I'm going to be breaking down whether or not clout/status really matters. I'm going to be reacting to a YouTube short by More Plates, More Dates in order to prove my point and overall break down some points he made. I think overall, as a man, you got to look at all your options, and status is something that should not be ignored.
But girl, he doesn't want to give her his Instagram because it makes it seem like he's trying to use that as leverage. It kind of feels like you're cheating the system because you're using your...
I'm just going to say this to start off with. This is going to be a very deep topic, so I hope you guys appreciate the game with the drop. First thing I want to address is whether or not you should be using Instagram to your advantage. If you've built the social following to impress a woman like that, then there should be no reason why you're not using it. It should just be a tool in your toolkit. I feel like with social media, it's not going to solve all your problems, but in today's day and era where social media is becoming more and more relevant in our lives, a lot of girls will take clout more serious than money at times. Having clout is like having one of the infinity stones. Just having it by itself is a very powerful tool, but when you match it up with the other stones, you become on your next level shit. Me and my dog Carmen had this overall theory about the self-improvement space. So me and my dog Carmen had this theory about self-improvement, and the 5 stones needed to become the complete package as a man. I'm going to list the stones in order for y'all boys. These are not ranked in order, so don't get it twisted. I don't want you guys thinking that one stone is better than the next. I'll break down which one's the most important, but just take that in mind. First major stone you got is the money stone. Second major stone you got is the status stone, clout stone. Number 3 stone you got is going to be the fight stone. Number 4 stone you have will be the look stone. And then 5 will be the game stone. The most important stone to have, believe it or not, is the game stone, 100%. Because the game stone is one that always transcends. With the money stone, the look stone, those things they can only bring you so far. You can only you can only self-improve so much in those areas. Even if you become a multimillionaire, after a certain point, it's like, who cares? Now with the game stone, however, the game stone is a matter of knowledge, and you can always acquire knowledge. If you understand the game, you understand that the depths of the game, as far as understanding yourself, understanding how you influence people, that is a deep, deep rabbit hole, which people spend their lives trying to figure out. Understand that having the game stone is the most important stone to have, and it's way more important than clout, way more important than money. And I don't want to get too long-winded, but just understand that having the clout stone is very powerful by itself, but pairing them up with the other 4 makes you a very, very, very dangerous man.
I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger.
Clout to essentially bypass the system.
So much goes into what your value is as a man that social status ultimately is a dictation of.
I'm in my 20s, and I've realized that a lot of dudes who are older, a lot of the times the way they try to, get women that are my age, for example, they use the 2 stones. They use the money stone, they use the status stone. Having the money stone and having the status stone together, you can have the goofiest dude looking like a fucking thumb pulling chicks still. So
of some value metric cumulatively with everything else. So like your height, charisma, how good you look, those are all like points on the board. And then social status is like another metric. For somebody to discount that.
He's breaking down the game in like a point system. I don't think about it like that. It's still a bit too hard for me to think about whether or not I need to collect all these goddamn points. Just understand that there's really 5 major key areas.
That as, oh, this is me like cheating the system with like a crutch. Ultimately, people perceive you based on all of these different metrics, and to think this one is some like value that otherwise shouldn't be leveraged, I think is silly. So
100% agree. I think it'd be very foolish for you not to use all the stones if you have them. I don't think you should be using it to like finesse girls or like try to, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be bragging about it. Any point in time, I'm trying to show her that I am who I say I am. And a lot of times when it comes to status and clout, anyone can get viral. So, if you get viral, there's really no reason not to use it.
So the social value thing through the clout, I'm not saying to use it in a way that's braggy, but if she like asks, what's your Instagram? Don't lie.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't go out of my way to be like, oh, like check out my sick following.
All right. Like always, guys, we're going to break down some key takeaways from this video, and then we're going to wrap it up. First things first, use what you got to your advantage. In the 48 laws of power, law number 6 states, court attention at all costs. This essentially means that you need to stand out and use whatever you have to your natural ability to help yourself out. In today's day and era, social media is becoming more and more prevalent and more obsessive in our lives, to the point that if you have it, it is power. It's a very powerful in today's day and age, so it'd be a very foolish of you not to be able to use it. So just keep that in mind. Takeaway number 2, I do not want you guys becoming overly invested in trying to get the status stone. The thing with the status stone is that it's one of 5 stones. The average man, you probably only need about 1 or 2 stones to get a woman. For example, if you're a good looking dude, the look stone can get you in a lot of places with women that you wouldn't be able to get if you didn't have it. Same thing with having the game stone. If your mouthpiece is good, like I mentioned in my last video about confidence, you could look like Jar Jar Binks and still pull women like crazy. So it's not something you necessarily need to have to get women. Just be advised that it'd be a better investment of your time if you put it into things that will last longer, like the game stone or like the look stone or even like the money stone. Those stones will give you a lot more dividends than necessarily the status stone would. The worst thing about the status stone is that not only does it take a long time to get, but if you say something on Instagram or TikTok they don't like, they could easily delete that shit within a day. So it's like, I wouldn't be overly invested in getting status just because it can be taken away like that. I want to make it very clear though, as a man who's on a self-improvement grind, you should be trying to get all 5 stones just to make your life easy. As a man, you want to get to a point where your value is so high up that you don't have to work so hard to get women. Because if you have 1 stone, for example, not everybody values the same thing. Some women might like looks, some women might like dudes who have their shit together. Some women just might like dudes who got a smooth mouthpiece. Everybody has a different preference. So the goal is to have all 5 so you don't have to worry about not qualifying for a certain girl because you don't have a certain criteria met, you know? So at the end of the day, you should be trying to level up to the point where you have all 5 stones so that way your life is easy. Takeaway number 3, I want you guys to understand. Be very careful about the self-improvement creators you listen to. A lot of these dudes will try to sell you onto the idea that if you don't have money or status, it's hopeless. Not only is it gonna make you feel more comfortable being complacent in your situation, on top of that, they can sell you courses on how to get these things that don't work. I don't think it's intentional that they tell you to do this because a lot of times I don't think that before they got their money / clout, I think a lot of these dudes are just sitting at home and just, you know, talking about the game without being in it. You know, a lot of these dudes you never see outside. A lot of these creators, you'll never see them walking around outside by themselves because they're not really out there like that. So, you know, they made a killing off your demise. It's very easy for me to be pessimistic with you guys and say, oh, it's hopeless if you guys don't got money and status. You know, if you guys are not, you know, built right and you guys don't got the look stone, then it's pointless. End of the day is this. The best way to let self-improve is to help yourself. And understand that by achieving the game zone and the look stone, it's very possible for you to be out here and do your thing still. So overall, my goal of my channel is to make sure that you guys understand this. We're going to continue to build together. Like always, guys, make sure you guys click subscribe. Follow me on my social media right here. You may be asking yourself, why should I be following on my Instagram / TikTok? I'm always showing you guys that I say what I do. And so one of the best ways to see that is by looking at my TikTok and my Instagram. I'm always posting self-improvement tricks and hacks on there as well. Besides that, we're going to continue to make this ball roll on YouTube and holla back.